time now for our weekend cover story. Well, do you find yourself constantly getting busier but getting nothing done? Whether it's work, family, social commitments, the constant juggle has left many of us feeling more burned out and even more disengaged than ever before.
But a new book is lending people the tools they need to help manage the influx of technology and navigate daily demands. It is called Busy Idiots. There it is. And the authors behind it, psychologist Brad Marshall and tech expert Joff Outlaw, join us now on the couch. Nice to see you, boys.
Thank you.
I guess, first of all, we've all been guilty of being busy idiots at some point in our lives. I feel like I'm constantly exhausted. I also feel like I'm often not really doing much but complaining about it. Tell us about this book and why you decided to write it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we think of ourselves as recovering busy idiots. And the idea actually originated in Brad's screen addiction clinic, where he's helping kids and teens, but oftentimes found that the adults were just as distracted. So he called me up and said, hey, is busyness a problem in the workplace, specifically with technology? And I said, it is, but it's much more than that. It's the constant emails, the back-to-back meetings. So we thought we'd better do something about it and decided to write the book.
Love it. And Brad, you're one of Australia's leading screen addiction psychologists. I like this title. How is tech making us busier than ever before?
Yeah, look, so in the book, we go into the 3 different reasons why everyone's so busy. So it's manage your tech, manage your time and productivity, and manage your teams at work specifically. But if we just focus on the tech side, there are so many elements of persuasive design that are into all of the tech stuff that we use at work, at home, and everywhere else. And so, you know, what the book does and what we do, and we're on a mission here to help people understand that persuasive design, but then also audit their technology use and see if it's in line with what they want to be doing, and then how to harvest the technology so that it doesn't harvest us.
Joff, when it comes to workplace culture, there is a current trend you refer to as unproductive hustle. Can you just explain what that is?
Sure. So in the book, we refer to it as almost like a hamster in a hamster wheel, running really fast but getting nowhere. And in terms of why this has got worse recently, I think we have to look back to the pandemic. The divide between work and home life really started to come to the fore, and we just haven't got back. We haven't got back to sensible working hours. And really, your soul knows the difference between meaningful deep work and just bouncing from task to task. It doesn't make us feel great.
So, Joff, what do we do? How do we escape this busy hamster wheel?
Well, there's lots of tips in the book. But
Read the book, okay.
Read the book.
I'm too busy.
There'll be an audio book coming out as well.
Okay.
There you go, yeah.
I think the number one tip is control your calendar. Your calendar is your main defender of your time, so do not start the week not knowing what you're going into. You're going to leave yourself open for reactive work and find yourself really busy. So take some time the week before. It might feel like a drag, but the discipline sets you free. Think about your most important tasks, put them in your calendar, and don't move that time for anything.
Brad, finding that balance between career and personal life can be difficult. How can we all be more, I guess, present at home?
Yeah, so, I mean, we have a whole chapter and range of things around work-life balance and what that means. It's a bit of a buzzword, really, isn't it? But one of the key points that we make is good old Dale Kerrigan from the Castle. It's this idea of how do you put a moat around your castle? Because I think for many of us, the lines are blurred between what is work and what is home, and when we're working and when we're at home. And so we encourage people to think meaningfully about what technology is coming into the home and when you're using it, and how do we put boundaries around that at home. It's a really difficult thing to do, but it's so important.
And Brad, what are you hoping that people who read your book, what are you hoping will happen for them in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I think Joff and I are on a bit of a mission here to tackle this unproductive busyness. And ultimately what we want to do is start a conversation around the busy pandemic. And so, you know, it's the classic, if your boss says to you, how are you doing? Are you okay? Our classic response is, oh, I'm really busy, you know, because you want to make out like you're working really hard. But what if there was a world where we could actually sit there and say to our boss, no, you know what? I'm fine. I'm doing great and I'm on top of everything. We want to see that world.
I've said this before, but I'm a real fan of the do not disturb, particularly on my days off, because otherwise you just sit there on the couch, scrolling away and rotting your brain, right?
Absolutely.
It's easy to get caught up in.
It is.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. The book looks great.
Thank you so much.
It is called Busy Idiots. It is available now from all good book retailers.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.